Hey guys, this is Kearon with Explorminate, and this is, I don't know what this is called. This is going to be called Let's Explorminate, Shallow Space. I'm going to be showing off this ship, kind of talking about the ship designs today. I don't know what you call that. I guess it's going to be in my Let's Try series, but whatever. So, Shallow Space is a game that's in early access for those of you who aren't aware. Right now, they just have... well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different ships available for you to enjoy playing around with. Let's click on the little mint cock. Probably pronounced that wrong. Now, keep in mind, these are all the same faction of ships, and I really should know what faction that is. It's Terran something, I believe. There's going to be like 8 factions when this game's done. They just announced the pirate faction today, which I think is pretty awesome. But for those commanders looking for more of a unified military approach, this is our small little ship. I love the detail, like the teeth on this thing. Not to mention that the character model is beautiful. But you can just... I will probably talk about how friggin' pretty this game is all throughout, so I'm not going to spend the first 5 minutes doing that, because let's be honest, well, probably like 50 minutes of me just say this is so pretty, because it is. But this is the ship designer. So you have these holes, various ones. Let's click over on the destroyer. So this is a ship. Destroyer load up. There we go. Oh, now I'm trying to reload it. All right. So you can 360-degree pan around it. Real quick, just for those of you who are really into like what things look like, and I think this is a very smart option, because anytime you can customize what your units look like or whatever it is, I think you inherently like care about it a lot more, right? Even if you just name it. So you can make the shininess not very shiny or like super shiny, and the metalness you can also make it look more as like matte, I guess. Matte finish or metally, so you can kind of determine how that's going to look. In addition, though, let's look at our primary colors. I hope this is like a little expanded, because it's kind of hard to like get that color you want, but the basic idea is you can do whatever you want color wise. And then let's just make this super shiny. Come on, super shiny. Boom. So not only will your weapons of destruction be beautiful, they can be deadly. So these are the turret hardpoints. As you can see, they're just kind of like transparent, glowing. We'll call them doodads. I don't know. But let's say you want to go kill some pirates. You have, these are your different fixed spots. This is your available energy. And then there's all these details down here. So one thing real quick to point out, these are fixed turrets. These are fixed weapons, so I can put a machine gun. Oh, that's not going to work. Why not? Pulse plasma. What's fixed? Fixed plasma. There we go. It says fixed. So I have 2 fixed plasma cannons. Now these firing arcs do matter. One thing, with a little talking with the devs after one of my videos, while I was talking to them, they were giving me some pro tips, because it's kind of a noob. Like if this ship is assigned to attack like a capital ship, right? It's going to be firing, but let's say for whatever reason, well, I don't know, this is a really bad scenario I'm explaining. Jeez. Basically, those are fixed. These are not. We'll just go with that. So these guys can flip around, and their arc matters. That's what I'm trying to say. Jeez, that was a long way to get around to that. So 360 degrees, 180 degree arc. Obviously, he can't shoot down. So this kind of matters. And, you know, I haven't played enough of the game, and I don't think there's enough energy. Oh, not enough energy. We'll fix that in a second. I don't think there's enough like modules necessarily in the game or whatnot, but potentially, because the battlefield is a complete 3-dimensional battlefield, if you know, you get attacked from up top or something, like potentially half your weapons could be kind of useless, especially these fixed ones. It's just pretty cool. This is your energy. It's not giving me like a whole number. Energy draw. You know, I think this is probably tell me what I have. Anyways, so I have my support modules down here. Let's go ahead and put an auxiliary generator in there. Boom. And notice how when I put that, I'm going to put something else. That number's going to go up when I put a plasma something. So it went up a little bit. The more modules I put on this ship, the more expensive it is. That makes sense, right? This game also has tons of stats, and I talked about this a little bit in the other video. But, so for example, this is its speed. That would slow down significantly if I put armor on it instead. Max hull, max shields. And different weapons, like the plasma, do more to the shield, I believe. Maybe not. That might be wrong. Yeah, I haven't looked into that enough, so scratch that. And it's got the radius, so that's cool. But, you know, let's say we want something a little bigger, like a capital ship. For all your capital ship needs, we got this guy. That color scheme actually works pretty cool with him. So he's very shiny right now. I'm just going to turn that down. There we go. So you got his carrier bay in the front, the back. As you see, he's worth like 3 of those ships, but he also has a ton of health. Lots of energy. So if I wanted, duplex scanner increases my scan radius. Put some of those on there. Boom, why not, right? So now I can scan a ton more. My max energy is going down. What is that exactly? I would think that'd be available energy. Throw some railguns on there so you see they're filling in, and then let's say I wanted to put a few. Oh, we're gonna go extra large. Yeah, so
not enough energy.
Not enough energy. Time for an auxiliary generator. There we go. Aha. Aha. All right. So as I was saying, let's say you want bigger guns, right? Just put on extra large railguns. So these fit positions are specific to geez, what am I saying? They're specific to the different ships. So you can't put like an extra large railgun, obviously, on a small one of these corvettes. Probably because it's as big as the friggin' ship. But here we have our carrier. Oh, it's still stuck on that module type. That's funny. Gatling gun. Weapon type kinetic. Weapon type energy. Cycling time. I'll look at that later. Anywho, so there's a carrier, which is great. Now these carriers, the United States will carry the different corvettes. So we got this guy, this guy, this guy. They're kind of bigger. This guy's 85 points, 125, 160. So it just kind of depends what you want, and they get stronger. So I showed off the little trashy. I shouldn't say trashy fighters because they got the sick like on them. It'd be nice if you had like little tallies for how many guys it's taken out. That'd be pretty fun. So this is a bigger corvette. As you can see, it looks beefier. It's got 4 fixed weapon positions, which is interesting. So again, this guy, he's pretty small, pretty fast. He's got the fixed weapons, which can be good or bad. Fixed plasma or fixed phaser. Well, let's look which one has more DPS. When their range is about the same. We'll put the phasers on there. And then let's say we wanted to put a machine gun up top. That's pretty cool looking. If I wanted to change that.
Not enough energy.
What? There we go. I can change it to plasma. And as you see, so there's plasma. There's machine gun. Different looking gun, you know. It's not just different stats applied to it. And then there's support modules, so I could put a scanner or a generator. I don't really know why I would put those on there. I think there'll be more support modules come in from what I've read, though. This is pretty new to early access. That being said, though, like this looks more complete than a lot of games I've played that are finished products, and it just came to early access. So there's that. So you know these guys are going to fill up your carrier bays. For this guy. You've got your cruisers. Let's jump over here. You know, maybe you don't want as many little ships buzzing around. Here's a cruiser. He's got a lot of hits, both in the shield and the hull department, which is beneficial. This actually like reminds me of something kind of out of like Mass Effect. But Very unique ship design. Again, it's got these different weapon emplacements, and these are actually all turret. Yeah, none of them are fixed, so that's kind of nice. You can hit a lot more. Got Gatling guns, railgun. Yeah, I mean, so it's the same things as I've shown before. We'll throw these on. Ba-ba-ba. I like railguns. They just sound really cool. And then shield extender hull. So I don't have like really any energy left, right? So you might say, well, this ship's maxed out. Well, what do you do about it? Nope. Let's put some hull on it. So my movement was 320, I think, before. Now it's going to go down. So I've actually decreased my movement speed by about 100 meters a second. But I've added, not quite doubled my hull armor, but that's pretty dang good. That's your destroyer. So with all these, I mean, you can name them whatever. The slope, I'm not gonna name it. I'm so bad at naming things. It's like ridiculous, especially. Well, I'm not that bad, but when I'm like recording something, I'm just like the rock or earthquake thing. Like, it's bad. There is another variation on the capital. I should probably show off. You know, well, this speaks for itself. You know, it's like the old adage. If at first it doesn't work, get a bigger hammer. This is the biggest hammer in your toolbox, at least that they've shown off thus far. He just looks massive. He's got tons of hits, tons of shield, and look at those, tons of spots for turret weapons. It's extra large for a reason. This is used to target other large stations or capitals. So like large, he's a large, right? Yeah, so like the cruisers are large, the destroyers are large, medium, so they don't actually have smalls. Maybe they're, I'm sure there'll be smalls. The reason I say that is I don't know why you'd have medium, large, and extra large, but no small. Anyhow, so I mean, you are kind of limited to what you can hit with these. Large is most everything. You're just not going to be shooting the little ships. Let's put some phase pulsers on there. Where's this one going to go? I like how, let me show that. So see, I'm highlighting, where is it? Green right there. Right here it's going to turn green. So you can kind of see, boom, where it's going to go before you put it, which is cool. Because again, these spots matter. Maybe you want Gatling guns on the side. They seem like they'd be more for weapon size large, target size all. Yeah, it seems like these would be really good for like anti-fighters and things like that, right? So you might want those on either side of your ship. Boom. Where's that gonna go? I have no idea where that spot is. Anyways, he's almost out of energy too. So again, the biggest hammer in your toolbox right here is, well, so far the battleships. They have the capital ships. These technically they're actually a little more points just by default. Probably because they have more hits to them and whatnot. But this guy seems more like a brawler. Scan radius is huge on these guys. That's nice. Anyhow, so there you have it, guys. There's a little bit on the ship design, and the devs have been showing off. I really wish. This is the other thing I suck at with these. I never remember like exactly what it is. They showed off a new ship type, and it's not like a destroyer. Something like similar. Anyways, they showed off a new ship type. You know, they announced the new. Well, one of the new factions is going to be pirates and whatnot, so pretty good stuff. But that's a little bit on ship design, how it looks, how they operate, and I'm going to have to mess around with these numbers a little bit, try to do some number crunching to figure out which ones are better for what situations and whatnot, because they do give you some good options here just with what they have thus far. So anyway, guys, if you haven't checked this game out, do check out some of the other videos we have on our YouTube page. I have another like ship-focused video, but also like a combat one. The game looks amazing. I know, I'm gonna say that like every time when these videos comes up, so just be prepared. It looks amazing. The like mining and kind of like, it seems like base building aspects of it and stuff like that aren't implemented yet. Right now it's just like skirmish mode where you just deploy your fleet and you go find and fight baddies hidden around the map. But that works phenomenal. So the other stuff's gonna come as they get it done. So thanks for watching.